All right, guys, going first in this clip, I felt like it was a really good one to show off. We're going to use Small World as a connection to get out our boy Water Enchantress. This is full combo in hand. Preferably, I wouldn't like the Water Enchantress or the Stardust Illumination in hand, but it will do for what I'm trying to show. Faithful Adventure here. We're going to use our Faithful Adventure to get Wandering Griffin and ditching the Imperm. Wandering Griffin's going to bring out our level 7. Revolution's going to come out as our normal to get out Baron de Fleur. And Revolution is going to send Assault Synchron to bring itself out. My opponent reveals the nib right before we're about to summon that Chunk Speeder. That is what the Baron is for. Number one priority is nib protection. Did its job. Now we're going to go into Chunk Speeder here. And we're going to go off to the races, getting full combo off the gate. Alright, so now we're going to use Junk Speeder, protect it with the Faithful Adventures by adding Draco back first. Jet, Assault, and Stardust and Wheel are going to be our Synchrons of choice. 1, 2, 4, and 5. Stardust Charge Warrior to always start off to get us an extra card to hand. Water Enchantress was a very valuable draw as a normal for Wheel. But our opponent's going to surrender. I really wanted to show this clip just to show what the deck is doing against Nib. That is the number one comment the deck gets is, oh, what about Nib? And that is a prime example what happens if Nib doesn't get resolved and you do the combo right. All right, my opponent's going first. Going second, I know this deck is really wanting to know what it can do going second. Our opponent is playing Ignster. I feel like I'm waiting for the right choke point to use my Ash Blossom. I feel like I do need to use it offensively instead of defensively, and I feel like this Link Monster is the perfect one. I know how crazy this field spell can be in Ignster, so using the Ash to resolve and making that effect not go through, we're going to see him add a Fire Ignster, and we're going to see him use a Reborn spell to get a Link 2, which the Link 2 of choice is Splash Mage, one of the most generic Cyberse monsters that's extremely good. Now he's going to use it to go into Heat Soul, using the Ignster as 2 different Cyberse attribute monsters, and he's going to be able to draw a good amount of cards here, drawing 1 at the end of his turn, and the beginning of my turn he's going to be also be able to draw 1 card. Now, with this, I'm kind of assuming, hey, my opponent just drew so many cards, he either has Maxi or Imperm. So I'm going to try to bait out the Maxi, or the Ash Blossom. And it does work, I do bait out the Ash Blossom, so Water Enchantress is going to be able to resolve. Now, having Faithful Adventure in hand is unfortunate, we're kind of 1 card down. We're going to use Faithful Adventure here to pitch the Foolish Burial to get us out Jet plus Adventure the Adventure token to get out Junk Speeder. We're gonna go for Faithful Adventure protection, and we're gonna use these cards to go into we go into 1, 2, 3, and 4 since Revolution didn't get to resolve. Our opponent reveals the nib. Now this is what I'm going to be trying to show. This is why I thought this clip was so interesting, is we are going second as well as playing through nib. Now that Adventure token is going to come in handy sooner or later, but Stardust Illumination is here. We're going to pitch the Trail, use the Jet effect to pitch that Draco back to get us out a level 12 Synchro using that level 11 Primal token. Crimson Dragon's going to come out here for free, and we're going to use it to get Synchro Rumble to hand. Synchro Rumble is going to resolve, getting us Revolution. Revolution is the perfect card to pitch for Tribute for Stardust Synchron and Stardust Trail. So we're going to get ourselves an 8 at this point. Not too bad. Going to get our Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon. Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon is going to resolve its effect. We're going to also get a Stardust token for using Trail to summon a Synchro monster. We're going to get Jet. I used Illumination here. I do realize post it was a misplay because you do use Stardust Dragon's materials for the Synchro and not Excel's. So we're going to go into a 10 here still, because that was my plan all along. That's why I tried to change the level to kind of use less material, but it worked. Baron's going to come out, and Excel's still going to get that tribute off to get himself back into the rotation. Crimson's going to target a level 10 Dragon Synchro, which is Bystial Dispatter. That is the one of choice. And Excel Synchron is going to get Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon back, as well as Revolution was about to come back. Our opponent knew we had lethal on board by popping the Biru, and he surrendered. Just wanted to show the power of playing through Nib, and we also played through Ash there, so not a bad game. All right, so we're going to be going first using a really good hand. Tuning is going to give us access to Revolution. We don't hit any bad mills. Right is in the opening hand, getting us the Adventure token as well as Faithful Adventure. Faithful Adventure is getting us that Wandering Griffin to pitch the Foolish Burial. I could have pitched the Tuning as well. Didn't really matter what I chose there. Our hand is pretty much full combo. Now going into the Barone, we're going to have our 10 out, keeping us protected from interruptions when we go into our level 5 Junk Speeder. The whole goal of the deck is, hey, this card's effect is that crazy, you just need to protect it and let it resolve. Faithful Adventure is part of that engine that helps it protect, and if it resolves, it's very dangerous for your opponent. Getting a 1, 2, 4, and 5. The 5 gets you an extra normal summon. Synchron gets you an extra special summon future in the combo. Jet gets you an extra monster in the combo, as well as is the perfect level for most of the synchro summons. Exalt lets you recycle insane high material to get out even further into the combo. It's just a perfect engine. Revolution is the gateway to get it started. All of the Synchrons just work in harmony just to get out impressive, crazy boards. Now, Stardust Dragon and Stardust Synchron are going to use Excel effect to get out Crimson, making it unaffected by card effects. Assault's going to bring back Excel, and Crimson is also going to use its effect to get us a spell that brings any tuner or 7 or 8 dragon to the field right away. We're going to use Illumination while Stardust is on the field to get it summoned for free. Illumination to increase our Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon from 1 to 9, getting us out Bystial Dispatter. Bystial Dispatter is gonna, we're gonna use Wheel to normal summon the Stardust Synchron from hand for free to get out Psyframe Omega. Omega effect, we're gonna see what our opponent's on. We see Preparation of Rites could meaning multiple things, but the most likely thing, since we're in such a high rank, is Mikanko. Lava Golem is a very common board wipe in Mikanko, so I'm still set that my opponent's playing Mikanko. We're going to use Revolution and Wheel to get ourselves out our boy Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, and we're going to use Jet to pitch Draco back to get out our boy Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. So this leaves us with a board slash interruption through our opponent's turn, a negate, omni negate, as well as 2 different face up negates. Now he takes away our 2 face up negates to go into a Garura, which also takes away our Crimson Dragon negate. He still forfeits. He had nothing else, it looks like, but I kind of learned the hard way that it is greedy to keep the Crimson Dragon for your opponent's turn. You should activate it. Alright, using Wandering Griffin Rider, we're going to see that our opponent's activating the Max C. Ash Blossom is the perfect counter. This hand is perfect in every single way. We have access to the Water Enchantress for right. We have the Revolution and the Wandering Griffin in hand. We're just really getting out our combo pieces enough to get out our boards. Revolution plus Wandering Griffin is going to get ourselves out the Baron de Fur, and we're going to use Revolution to send forward another Revolution, Water Enchantress, to get ourselves out the right. Right's going to resolve, getting up our Adventure token, as well as the Faithful Adventure that we wouldn't have to resolve until later into the combo. Also meaning we can just get another Water Enchantress into grave for our next turn, if there is a next turn. Now Draco backs in hand, we go for our generic tuners 1, 2, 4, and 5. Synchron Stardust is going to get a Stardust Illumination. I trigger it a little bit early for some reason. I think it was just like me tunnel visioning the combo. I know the combo so much, but I see an activation, I kind of want to just activate it. It was a misplay, but you know, it didn't really affect the combo significantly. The funny part is, but Excel is going to come out using Excel effect. We're going to use both of his effects right away, but unfortunately, he kind of has a small counter to the Excel effect of going for a Bystial Magna Hut. Meaning when we go for Crimson, we're not going to be able to recycle that Excel right away. We do have tuning if we wanted to go into another Exalt, but we're just going to play it through and see what happens. Assault's going to go away, but Jet's going to come out, as well as Stardust Trail is going to resolve from Grave. I kind of see a special line that I think will work out in the end. So I'm not really worried about anything just yet. So Trail's going to come out. Crimson's going to get us our Synchro Rumble. We're going to use Illumination to increase level of Stardust Trail to 5. It is a dragon, so we can use it plus Wheel to get out Bystial Dispatter for free, which is really nice. Synchro Rumble to go into Wheel. We're going to use Revolution from hand to go into our boy Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. We're going to go into Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss here. Now, with tuning still available to us, we still had a lot to go. We could still get our Psyframe Mega to get out a second Assault, but our opponent surrenders when we summon the third negate on board. Alright, so my opponent's going first. This is a turn 2 game. Our hand is pretty good, but we'll see what we can do against this deck. Starting off with Black Metal Dragon can reveal a bunch of things, but going into the Striker and getting the Striker Search, I believe my opponent's on some kind of Dragon Link build. It's pretty common for Black Metal Dragon to be appearing in Dragon Link, but Red Dragon, Darkness Metal Dragon is here as a very good extender, as well as they're getting that Boot Sector launch. Now we're going to use it, we're going to see him use the effect of Boot Sector launch, or we're going to see him use the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon to go into a Dragoonity Knight. Dragoonity Knight's going to get out Dragon Ravine, and Black Metal Dragon's going to get him another piece of material. Usually they go for Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon, but I see an interesting kind of tech with Red Eyes Wyvern. It seems like they're just using the Red Eyes Wyvern as discard material, which I was correct. Getting out a Bystial Lubellion into the graveyard. An interesting play, it does work. Tracer is going to come out with Quick Launch. We're going to see that Rocket Recharger is going to go into Guardian Dragon Pisty, and Pisty is going to trigger the effect of Dragon Knight Romulus to go into Triple Burst Dragon. Now Pisty is going to bring back his Darkness Metal Dragon, using the effect of Safer to put it in the graveyard to get the Lubellion back to hand. Lubellion's going to trigger its in-hand effect to get a Bystial Search. Honestly, I see why they did this. It's actually a pretty cool combo. Usually they used Rocket cards in the Dragon Ravine line, but this is a very interesting line I'm seeing. Bystial Lubellion, he's going to get a Branded Beast into rotation, as well as he's going to use the effect, he's going to get Borland Dragon, the boss monster of Dragon Link, and another card in rotation here. He's going to use 2 monster materials and go into a Link 2. The Link 2 of choice is SP Little Knight. Now this is a very good board with the card face down as well as a Jewissworm in hand. He has a lot of gas. It just depends how he uses it. In draw phase, we're going to go into Small World to kind of see if our opponent can be baited into Interruption. Looks like he plays it very smoothly. It doesn't take the bait just yet. But Reborn Tengu is a really good normal summon, so we're going to use our Revolution Synchron to go along with it to show off the Shooting Riser Dragon line. Using its effect, we're going to get out Baron Defear. Now he sees that as a threat. He's going to negate the Shooting Rising Dragon, so we're not going to be able to level modulate, but we're still going to get our Reborn Tengu out. So instead of going into a Baron Defear, I'm going to go into a Baron Defear. I'm going to go into Psychic End Punisher, getting out us an indestructible level 11. Now Reborn Tengu resolves to trigger the SP Little Knight, and he's going to try to remove my Psychic End. but unfortunately he doesn't know that Psychic N is unaffected if they have equal life points. Now we're going to use Revolution plus Reborn Tengu to get out Junk Speeder, and we're going to use Junk Speeder to resolve here. Our opponent has the Imperm, but honestly I feel like we don't need the Junk Speeder here to go crazy, so that is my plan. We're going to use Synchro Rumble to trigger targeting the shooter Riser Dragon to get us out a free 12. Bystial Drizzlestorm is going to target that right away to stop our Synchro Rumble. Still not that worried. Foolish Burial is in rotation, getting us Wander Enchantress. We're going to banish the Junk Speeder to trigger the Branded Beast rotation, also decreasing our life points. He's also going to trigger his Rocket Tracer. He's just trying to get a maximum out of that Branded Beast as possible. And we're going to get rid of our Junk Speeder. He's going to try to get rid of our Psychic N. Our life points are still lower, so we're still invulnerable. Right is going to activate, getting us the Adventure token as well as Faithful Adventure. Now I see a line to remove the Borland with the Faithful Adventure line, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. Using Wandering Griffin, we're going to use Draco back to hand, pitching it with Jet Synchron effect to get it to the field. Because Adventure, if it's discarded, it can equip to a non-effect monster. So we're going to use the Draco back to remove the Borland, which is a big target. And I don't see a big, really board presence here. So I'm going to break the board and then main phase 2, take a card out of my opponent's hand. We hit a Called By, which isn't that crazy. But he's going to get a free Tracer Dragon as well as get his SP back. So 2 cards in hand as well as 2 good monsters. He's going to use Striker Dragon to get himself out his Striker Dragon once again. Looks like he drew Nocto version because we still know that he has Boot Sector Launch in hand. He's going to use Striker Dragon to trigger Rocket Recharger. And Rocket Recharger is going to be able to re-trigger the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, getting him back triple burst, tributing the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, get the Bystial Rebellion to get the Branded Regain back into material, and he's going to go into Borderland Dragon again and get a card off of this, as well as try to negate my Psychic N, but we're still lower. I'm going to get a life points boost. He's going to try to pop my Adventure token, and he's going to reduce my life points enough where he can remove my Psychic N Punisher now. Now he's going to be able to special 1 off of the Boot Sector Lodge, which will get him 2 materials to go into an interesting one, Quad Boral Dragon. It looks like just an outable piece of removal in his deck. So destroying the Psychic N Punisher, also using that Red Eyes Wyvern to get out a Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. I feel confident. I'm really trying to figure out what to do here, but with Cypher and Omega and Stardust Synchron as the draw, I feel really confident on what to do. We're going to use Draco back as our first interaction to get rid of the Borland Dragon, and we're going to use Synchron to get ourselves out Stardust Illumination, as well as a level 4 tutor. Bystial Magnahut's going to trigger his effect. We're going to go into our Super Heavy Samurai and go right to battle. Now I saw a weird line, and this is why I did it, but I could have just attacked the Quad Barrel with Super Heavy and it would have ended the game this exact way. Didn't have to cut the lethal damage so close, but I saw a line and it worked. But yeah, really cool game, going second against Dragon Link and pulling out the dub with no interruption. Alright, going first, Small World, right, seems like a really good combo to me. I'm going to use right to gain Ash Blossom to a Revolution. We're going to use right to go into an Adventure token, as well as get the Faithful Adventure. Faithful Adventure going to bring out Wandering Griffin. We're going to have to discard Imperm because I feel like Ash is too important just in case our opponent's on max C. We're going to go into a 10 right away, going into the Baron Defear, which is very good. Baron Defear. Revolution, gonna pitch Reborn Tengu, doesn't do anything for us, but we're gonna get out our 5 of Junk Speeder. Junk Speeder effect, we're gonna go into using the Faithful Adventure to protect it from Ash Blossom because our opponent hasn't resolved that yet. But Draco back is here. 1, 2, 4, and 5. meaning we'll have an extra normal summon as well as a lot of cool effects like Jet returning himself to field, Assault being able to rebirth tributed monsters, and Synchron getting us Stardust Illumination. Now with the Charge Warrior, we do draw a really good normal summon and trail, which honestly gives us access to an extra tuner. So we'll have leftover resources at the end of this, so we can go into extra plays than normal. Stardust Dragon's here. We're going to go into Crimson Dragon using our Stardust Duo to bring out Crimson to trigger its multiple effects. Jet's going to be the card of tuner of Excel choice, and Assault's going to bring back Excel since it was tributed for its own effect. Now Crimson's also going to get us our Synchro Rumble, which is a really good Monster Reborn card. Stardust Synchron's going to come out for free. We're going to use Stardust Illumination to increase to 10 to get us out our Bystial Dispatter. Now Bystial Dispatter is here. We're going to go use Wheel to bring out Trail, get us a free level 8 instead of using Stardust Synchron's effect. And we're going to use it to get out Cyframe Omega. Omega is going to tribute for 1, hit a called by. Bystial Dispatter is going to bring it back just to hit it again. And we're going to hit... We hit a Book of Moon, so we've only seen removal out of our opponent, which isn't bad, meaning kind of the chance of a brickier hand is increasing by us seeing each milled card. Scarlet's going to come out using Jet to discard Draco back. We're going to go into a 9 here to get ourselves out another negate. And this also triggers a level 9 target for Crimson to go into Trishula. Now you can also use the Excel when you increase the Excel's level, but I kind of like to do it at the end. Trishula, we're going to see another card out of our opponent's hand. Kind of still not showing us. But since we have extra, we're going to go into a Stardust Dragon to just protect us from board stuff like Rigeki and stuff. But this is a really good board. We have 3 negates. We ripped 3 cards out of our opponent's hand. He is playing Floowandereeze. I'm going to Baron negate the one of the field spell. I feel like it's dangerous to let that just be around. He's going to go to end phase. Right away then, drawing for turn, doesn't matter. We have lethal on board. We're going to redo our Baron just in case our opponent has some craziness. And I'm going to go right into battle to end the game there. Alright, going first, this is an interesting hand. We're going to see what we can do with it. Small World going to chain us to Revolution. Foolish is going to chain us to Adventure. So this is technically full combo, just in a very weird way. Unfortunately, too, we opened up with the Draco back, so our combos aren't invulnerable to Max or Ash Blossom like they normally are. But Adventure, we're going to use it to get out Faithful Adventure. We have a perfect discard card in Small World. We're going to have another discard card in Draco back. Just a lot of dead cards in our hand, but we had just enough to get started, so I'm not complaining. Baron's here. Baron's still here. We have full combo. Revolution's going to hit a Reborn Tengu, which it would be a dead card in deck. Actually, Reborn would be a pretty good normal with Wheel, so it's not unfortunate, but it's not a big deal either way. Jet assaults Stardust and Wheel, the pretty generic combo. Our opponent's going to surrender on the resolve of Junk Speeder. We're about to search for Illumination. We would have opened up in a pretty full combo like every other duel. So I just wanted to point out the consistency of this and just the niceness of this deck. Alright guys, so this is the deck of choice. I love this deck. I keep on showing it off on the channel just because it's really fun for me to play and make videos on. It's one of my go-to decks. I don't know if I've got a chance to show off this tech yet. In Shooting Rising Dragon, I was playing Reborn Tengu, but I wasn't probably using it to its maximum potential because I think Shooting Riser is that. It gives you another reason to go full combo. For an example, you go Reborn Tengu in Revolution to get out Shooting Riser. That brings out Reborn Tengu, so all you need to do is send a monster is lower than this card, and if you do reduce it by that level, the card of choice to reduce it to the level you need is Jet. which also gives you access to another level 1 in the grave. So if you didn't be able to bring back your evolution somehow, still gives you access to a level 1 to pair it with another reborn Tengu. I just think it's another set of chemistry or set of symmetry that really helps out with the deck. I hope you really guys enjoy the content on Stardust. It's one of my favorite decks to play. I'm working on a reboot of the 5 dragon boss version of the deck. I just really want to show something different than I've already shown for it, because what I've shown I feel like I did a really good job with, and I've heard a lot of really good comments about it. But I really want to keep on being inventive and keep on updating decks to their maximum potentials for you guys. So if you guys enjoy the videos, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. It takes a few seconds and it means the absolute world to me. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and I think we can easily do it with your guys' help. Now, we're going to be uploading Monday through Friday. This is Monday's upload. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Also, we're going to be streaming today after I get off work. It could be around anywhere between 3 to 5 p.m. Central Time starting time. You about have 30 minutes. I'll start with a live thumbnail, and it'll say what time I'll be starting. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy the content, and have a good Monday, guys. Peace out, guys.